Hi, this is Don from Oldphoneworks. Today we're going to talk about how to mount a classic wall phone onto the wall. And there are a couple of options for this. One option is you have a phone jack that is somewhere else. And in which case, you're going to have to run the phone cord from the phone to that jack and plug it in. In that case, the phone cord is going to be coming out of the bottom phone and it's going to be routed to your jack. The other alternative is that you have a jack up on the wall, one of these, it could be plastic, could be metal, but it's up on the wall and it goes behind the phone. In that case, we're going to need a special wall plate that goes on the back of the phone and basically mounts directly to the jack on the wall. So we're going to explore both of those options and show you how to install them. We're going to start to show you how to mount the phone to the wall if your jack is located somewhere else and you're going to be relying on this phone line that comes out of the bottom of the phone. So in that case, we're going to have to take the front cover off the phone. And that's quite a simple process. All we have to do is press this little tab right here above the handset cord on the phone, push it in, and then remove the cover of the phone, just like that. So then we have exposed the inside of the phone. So if you look at the back of the phone, you'll see there are a couple of holes there and there and there. And basically the idea is you're going to want to fasten the phone to the wall with appropriate fasteners for the wall. For instance, if it's drywall, you might want to use something like butterfly bolts, or if you're screwing into wood, you can use a standard wood screw, concrete anchor, whatever is going to work for the wall type that you're screwing it into. Anyway, the idea is you use those holes in the phone to fasten it to the wall. And once it's fastened to the wall, then you can put the cover back on, which is a very simple process. Just do a reverse of what you just did. Make sure the cords are coming in the hole in the bottom and just click it down and your phone is back together, mounted on the wall. Then you just take the cord that's coming into the bottom and run it to the jack and plug it in. The other way to mount the phone is onto a modular wall jack. And this jack would normally be located behind your phone. On the jack, you'll see there are two nubs, and these two nubs are normally used to mount the phone. Now, the way the phone comes from the factory or from our workshop normally is like that, which is designed for mounting directly to the wall and not on a jack. You'll notice that there are no holes there for these nubs on the jack. So it's not really going to do you much good. So in order to accommodate the jack, what we have is a modular backplate. And this modular backplate attaches to the back of the phone. And then we can basically take the plate, these two holes right here will line up with the two nubs on the plate, and the jack will line up, the plug will line up with the jack. Then all we have to do is just align them together like so and lock it into place. And then it is mounted. And once we mount that onto the back of the phone, then the phone is securely mounted to the jack on the wall and ready to go. Now we're going to show how to mount the modular backplate to the phone. So the first thing we have to do is we have to remove the top cover. And again, there's a little nub right in there. We just have to press that with our screwdriver, which will release it from the phone, and then we can remove the cover from the phone. Like so then what we want to do is we have two wires coming out of the jack. There may be 4 wires, but you don't need the yellow and black wires. It's only the red and green ones that you're worried about. So what we want to do is we want to feed those wires through this slot in the back of the phone. Just twist them up, you make it stick together, and it comes through the slot, and we just feed it into the phone, and we grab them like so. The next thing we want to do is we have the screws in the plate. There's one there, and there's one there, and we want to line them up with the keyhole slots on the back of the phone. There's one there and there's one there. So we'll do the top one first. We'll line it up, push it up, and then do the bottom one, line it up and slide it over. And there your phone is mounted to the back plate. Finally, we want to tighten the screws just to make sure it's firmly attached. So we tighten the top one, like so, and then we tighten the bottom one, like so, and now it's firmly attached. It's not going anywhere. So now we have to hook up the two wires that come from the plug that we just installed on the modular back plate, and we have to hook them into the phone so the phone gets a connection to the line. Now, on this particular phone, there's currently a line cord coming in. It's just a short line cord, but we don't need it any longer. So in this case, the red and green wires on this line cord are going to a couple of locations on here. Now, on this particular installation, this is where they are. They could be somewhere else potentially, but the important thing is that you want to put the red and green from the new plug exactly where the red and green were originally. So what we're going to do is we're going to disconnect the red on the original line cord, and then we're going to take the red wire from the new plug that we put on and tighten it down. There's the red wire, and then we're going to do the very same thing with the green wire. We're going to take the old green wire off, and we're going to put the new green wire on. Like so. Tighten it up, and there you go. So now we can get rid of our old line cord. We no longer need it. And this phone is basically ready at this point to have the cover reinstalled. So the cover goes on. There is a tab on the back. There's a tab up there. You line those up so that they're together, and you basically just push down until it clicks, and your phone is ready to go. We have the back plate on the phone. We have the modular plug on the back plate, and we have our jack mounted on the wall. All we have to do now is pull the phone up, pair up the plug to the jack like so, pair it up with the slotted slots on the modular back plate, and just basically push, and it's firmly locked onto it now, and it's mounted onto your wall. One possible variation on the modular backplate is there's our modular backplates that don't actually have any plug on them. Instead, what happens is a short cord like this one comes out of the phone through the hole in the back of the plate, and then that jack connects to the wall jack like so. And then basically you just mount the plate like you would otherwise. And that is firmly mounted and connected to the phone.